Hi, I'm Angela from Study English in Australia. We're interviewing a student from Thailand today. Welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Samita. I moved to Australia to study English and I'm currently living in Sydney. As a student, I go to study from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock and then I go back and get ready to go to my dance classes, which usually happen in the evening from 6 p.m. onward. And I usually take 2 classes a day. During the weekend, I usually work in events, depends on when I get booked to work in those events. The events I worked at, the example of the events I worked at are the Big Bounce Australia and Australian Open, which I really enjoy. I decided that I wanted to work in events because I think it's important to improve my English in communication skill. And if I work in events, I get to talk to a lot of people all day, every day that I have work. So that's why I chose to work in events, and it makes me really happy to meet a lot of people because people who go to events are usually very happy people who want to have good experience. So it's also my good learning experience to be able to help them and improve my English at the same time. So at events, I help the event organizer bringing people in the event, starting from lining the queue. That's when the most fun happens because you get to talk to people and you get to organize everything on the line to be ready for the actual event. My first event experience was at Oz Comic Con when people start lining up since 7 o'clock when the door actually opens at 10 o'clock. And there was a rush of people going in. We had to scan the ticket really quickly and we had to make sure that everyone that go in don't carry any unnecessary stuff that we don't allow. Yeah. I also met a lot of my friends through the events because we all just there to have fun and make a little bit of money, but the most part is the fun part of getting to know each other, getting to know why people are interested in events. And my favorite events to work in involve around entertainment and sport industry. For example, the Australian Open was amazing. I met a lot of friends on that day and I was meeting a lot of people who play tennis for a long time, or some people go to the tennis every day, and it's really amazing to see how passionate people are. I also work at events because I think the process of getting in is really easy as long as you have your police check, and necessary requirement is usually high school degree. So I was able to jump in. I got picked from Australian Open because I went to the induction session, which I had the interview. It's a group interview. And it was a really fun process because you get to talk about yourself and make friends and just to see how sociable you are as a person and if you are able to work in the events area. It's also good because it's a casual or contract stuff, which means that you don't always go there. You only work when there's an event happening, so it doesn't have an impact on my studying. I chose to study in Sydney because it reminded me of home. I want to be able to experience the Australian lifestyle while still remind me of home, which is Bangkok, Thailand. And I don't want to give up my city lifestyle that I had in Bangkok before, so Sydney sounded perfect for me. So for my friends from Thailand, you can come and study English in Australia. And to book your course, go to studyenglishinaustralia.com.